All right, guys, I'm standing here with Nor'easter Nick, and this is InformTheVoteNJ.com here at the campaign kickoff event for Tim Alexander here in Atlantic City. So, Nor'easter Nick, tell me, how did you make the transition from going to covering just the weather to getting involved with politics?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for what you do, because I think what you do is extremely important of informing people out there, so that needs to be said. I have been a lover of politics my entire life. I grew up pretending I was the president, making speeches and all kinds of stuff when I was in grade school, so I've always loved the air of the political realm. I think it's incumbent upon everybody that has a large platform to use their voice for a force of good. Now, over the past several years, we've seen the country's fabric basically being ripped apart. No secret, I am a lifelong Republican. I voted for our current president the first time he ran. So my change of heart wasn't because of anything that the media told me. No talking head on TV said, oh, you can't like this guy anymore because of X, Y, and Z. No, it's actually because of the things that I've observed, the things that I've listened, the things that I've researched, and seeing the meanness, the mean-spirited attacks on people, seeing after the budget bill was passed and how many people are going to be stripped of their health care, how many people on SNAP benefits are going to be impacted. It's horrible. And while these things don't necessarily impact me, they impact millions of people.
Sure.
And I think that's when people aren't directly impacted and take a step and a stand against the injustices, I think that goes a long way. And there's going to be a lot of people coming together. We're already seeing it across the country, of like-minded individuals that might have minor disagreements here or there, but we can unite for a common cause to put people in a position to represent the masses. And I think at the end of the day, that's the only thing that really matters. And if I can be a small part of getting those good people elected, then I would have done my job.
Cool. And then how did you get hooked up with Tim?
So, truth be told, I was contemplating running for Congress myself.
Okay, yeah.
And after thinking about it, I was like, look, if it was just my husband and I where the company started out, I would do it in a heartbeat. But I know politics is dirty, and I didn't want to risk the 22 employees' livelihood that we are in charge of if they're attacking me and the company. So I really started thinking, well, what if I got behind somebody? And immediately I thought of Tim. I've known him a very long time. I know he's somebody that really talks the talk and walks the walk, and somebody that cares about the community.
Yeah, how'd you meet him?
So I reached out through LinkedIn.
Oh, okay.
And I said, hey, I would love to support a run for Congress if you decided to do it one more time. I will put my entire apparatus behind you,
sure, and
we'll make it work. So we set up a breakfast at IHOP in Mays Landing.
Yeah.
We had an amazing conversation, and I can tell you, within the first 3 minutes of talking, I was like, that's my guy.
Right.
I'm fully behind him, and we had an agreement, and I'm going to be here every step of the way, because his support doesn't come from just being anti-Trump. Everybody that's here today is here because he has common sense plans and a way to pay for them. As he said in his speech, any politician that tells you they have all these kinds of plans, but they never know how to pay for it.
Sure, that's very important.
Right, exactly. So, totally 110% behind him and confident that he will be victorious in not only the primary, but in the general next year.
And just like you praised me for what I'm doing, I want to praise you guys for having this event and being so open to having me, because I'm not sure if I've told you my origin story, but I basically started by opening my sample ballot 2 years ago and genuinely just wanted to learn more about the candidates.
Right.
And that turned into a very long, laborious process.
Right.
And so when guys like you and Tim have an event, you're very open and let me film, do the interviews and all that kind of stuff, it helps the education go from here out to your platform, my platform, and then no matter what happens at the end of the day, at least the constituents will feel more confident about their choices.
No, and I think everybody that's running for public office, it's public, right?
Yeah.
Everybody should know everything about the candidate. And I get there's a lot of people out there that aren't entrenched in the political world like we are.
Right.
So I think for people to come in and ask questions and have genuine, honest conversations, that goes a very long way. And we've had this conversation with Tim in the past. It's not about, oh, I'm a Democrat and I only want to talk to Democrats. No, in fact, it's the opposite. He will talk to MAGA folks all day long and might not convert them, but have them leaving thinking, that's a good point. I never thought about things that way.
And then it helps him be more informed should he get elected.
Absolutely.
So that he can represent everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the key to it all. And, we've had a conversation about this. He said it. Once he's elected, it doesn't matter if you voted for him or not. He's going to represent you in Washington and put the best interests of our area front and center 100% of the time.
Cool. Well, thank you for taking the time
Thanks
to
for
speak
having
with me.
me.
And also, again, thank you for having the event.
Of course. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. Cool.